Leo, how you doing? So we are here from the 15th until the 31st of October. This is the final countdown. This is finalizing is also what I'm hearing. Finalizing, drawing a fine line, but not drawing a fine line, but finalizing something. So I think that if that's a relationship factor, you're finalizing an agreement, terms, conditions, and agreement. Okay, I'll go on to why this card is here in a minute, but finalizing is what I'm hearing, a fine line between love and hate. But I feel like it's not a love-hate. It might be, for some of you, it might be a love-hate relationship with family possible, but I'm picking it up as more to do with consumption, or you work with construction or consuming, or something like, or consuming the family dynamic also, but consuming a relationship. Okay, it's where it's like I'm absorbed. It's just like I feel like orb. I'm an orb, orbital, or orbing, or morphing. You might be more Mindy, come in, nano. So anyway, stop channeling Steve. So the reason why I kept this card, and I'm making a pointing arrow, a pointing star. So someone's a star, or they're kind of famous. Like, when will I be famous? It's like, when will I? Cat amongst the pigeons. So you might have just been caught. Someone might have just got caught, or courting, thank you, courting. But your son, it came out, so the son, your son, or you might have just had a son, or something like that. But can't not deny this card because it just kept coming out and I had to take it. But this is kind of like where you go back to being a child again. It's like, no, you give me it. It's you give me it. Stop it. So you might be having, like, putting growth back into a family dynamic where you might be at a slight altercation. But I'm picking this up as a mast of a ship, where it's kind of like I'm just sailed free. It's like I'm free. It's like I'm free to do what I want, be what I want to be. And if anyone starts to mess with me... So I'm thinking that the person that you're with, if they're new, because the sun is always new, it's burnt out the old and the new is now come in. Some of you could be, I did hear therapy. Now that could either be chemotherapy, I am hearing, but I'm still hearing like therapy, where it's very therapeutic with this person, that whoever it is in your life, is very therapeutic, because what you've done is that you've been rewarded with the sun. So you've been rewarded with a gift, pretty much, which is where your vibration and vitality of life is going to be raised. But I feel that you might still have a little bit of deciding to do about family. It's kind of like, listen, I need to tell you something. It's like, what? Also, but this is like location. It's like, where do we want to go next? It's like, well, I want to go here. It's like, well, come on, come out. It's like, come out. So everybody could all of a sudden be saying, listen, let's go out. If that's the new person, like, where are we going to go? Location. But I think that also family are also saying, listen, you need to come out. And you're like, oh, I can't go out because I'm seeing this person. And then the other people are like, will you come here? And will you go there? And you're like, will you get out my way? and I want to take you out. It's like, well, I've got something to do with my family at the moment, but I want to go out with the person that I'm with as a relationship. But I am still channeling through this card that also with your family, or someone's in family, it's kind of like, no, I need to look after like my family, or I need to, like, your friends might be saying, listen, will you come out? And you're like, no, I'm busy, I've got something, listen, I'm washing my hair, bruv. You know, or I've got something more important to do, because this is like news, it's like spreading, right? So something is spreading that's good in your life. Now that's why I relate this to the subconscious memory also, of where there's an awakening. But I did pick up that where there could be some some of you, it could be, what did I say and kick on before? It's like kicking someone to the table. It's like, I'm alive and kicking. But that could be for some and not all of you, like, because it's radioactive, you know, radioactive. So I don't want to kick on everybody, but this is like radioactive, where it's like, it's active. You know, it's like, it's just turned me on, it switched me on. But some of you, it can relate to radioactive is what I'm picking up, where if you did suffer from some kind of illness, you've now been cleared. You've got the all clear, it's all, like, everything's go. It's like, go. I'm feel that whatever that is, fields, or feeling. It's like feelings are there, everything's there. It's just like everything is about this person is here, whether this is you or not. Okay, you're very well connected with them because it still relates to family structure. And Steve, you've only just gone on one, and don't give us a whole reading about one card. We know what the sun is, bruv. But it's a bit like cat amongst the pigeons, you know. It's like messages are going backwards and forwards where you're teasing one another, also teasing one another. But Spirit is kind of still telling me to stick with a little piece of this where if you had been checked for something, you've now given the all clear, okay? Or you are doing something around that where it's burning away something, like, okay, so you've burnt away something. But it's very rewarding for the sun as any kind of connection of positivity, because there's no negativity in the sun. It's like everything evolves around the sun. So at the moment, everything is evolving, like spiritually. Everything is growing. Like you might start to witness things of family dynamics where they're being resolved because the energy of what you're connecting with as the person is helping you resolve the energy. You might resolve the family feud, or you might actually be still having some kind of food. You might be going out for food or something, also food. Or you might be going abroad, or you might be thinking about going to a different location. But this is pure, this is purity. The seed of intent has been implanted within the Garden of Eden, okay? And you are now eating mess. You might be eating mess. Or you might be, listen, I've got to clean myself up. And you might be clean, eating mess, but cleaning yourself up, being clean. So if that's detoxing or anything like that, or whatever it is purity. So you might have, like, eaten mess. You might have been like, oh my God, I was a mess, and now I've, like, eaten mess, like cleaned up my act, pretty much is what I'm picking up, like, because this is like an act, right? And it's not an act, it's like because I'm still picking up act, radio act is like radio gaga. So it's like the person could be eccentric in certain aspects, or you could be. Leos are great, right? So it's like showing a bit of eccentricness. It's like, will you get off me? It's like, no, I want you. It's like, I want you too. It's like, but no, I don't. Yes, I do. Kind of thing. Well, you're going back to teasing, like Maltese. You might be Maltese. Let's see. Okay, wow, these same cards come out again, I promise you. You had this, okay? That's going to be so strange. Oh, you did. You had this and the Eight of Wands, okay? You did. You did, but I only took the Sun and just thought, well, I'm just going to see. I've got to keep the Sun. So someone's saying, oh, no, I've got to be with my son. I've got to be with my son. Sons and daughters. So that might be family, but this is like, listen, you need to come out. And it's like, no, I've got something better to do. But you're very well spiritually connected with this person, because I'm still going to relate that to the Eight of Wands that came out, which is you might have, or they have, the soul urge number 8, because 8 was very prominent. There was 2 8s here back to back, okay? And 8 to me is also strength, and that is also Leo, okay? But that's not 8, but you know what I'm saying? It could be a Piscean, because I'm picking this up as 3, because it's 10, 1, and I'll just pick it up as 3. I don't know what but like it could be a Piscean, something like that, or it could be a mother. That's like a mother where you might feel like there could be some kind of. I did pick up terminal, or there's going to be different people, but terminal. I did hear terminal. Okay, or going to a terminal. Like I'm also picking up a lot of viewers is that you're going abroad, and it's like the terminal that you go to an airport. Okay, because this is like you need to come out. It's like this is at home in the dome. This is 8. Okay, the domain. It's like out here, right? And then it aligns you with 7 of aligning yourself with the person, the people, the projects, the fields, the everything, the feelings, everything. So there's a release, a purge. But this is not a bad card. It's a good card because it's the sun. It's like, yeah, it's their son. It's their son. It's like sons and daughters. It could be their son or their daughter, or is it a son or a daughter? So this can be where you're aligned with the person through 7, and then it goes to 8. So you are like chosen. It's like the chosen one. Okay, because this is like 1 is what I'm picking up. So it's been chosen, But a lot of you, or you might be trying to name something. Name a baby. I'm picking up like name a child, like name, blame, shame, or shame on you, or something like that. Shame on you, or blame. What am I? I'm hearing quite a few things from different people. So it might be that I'm channeling. It's like telling different people, because this is like news of telling people, but there might be some kind of fear of telling people where it's not yet seen. So there might be people that you're going out with where it's kind of like, listen, you need to go out, and you're like, to family members or other people, it's like, no, I want to see this person. The date. Dating is also what I'm picking up. But like, this would be where people are saying, listen, you need to come out. And you're like, no, I need to go out with the person. And then the family members are like, you want to come out? And it's like, you need to get out. And you're like, will you leave me alone? You know, if that's family, because that's everybody in there. So that's work, everything. It's like, I'm a slave to the grave, Steve. I'm a slave to the grave. I'm a slave. It's like slave driving as well, is what I'm hearing. Slave driver. A family member could be a slave driver, or a driver. Driving. I'm driving home for Christmas. But the driving force. There's a driving force that's pulling you out of anything to do with where you've now accomplished a lot spiritually. You've probably had an awakening. And now where the mind is the purge. This is the great purge. This is where the band-aid gets stripped off, so there needs to be an outlet. 8 is always about outletting, okay? Getting things out, letting it out, letting it begin, okay? So it's only just begun to live. White lace and promises, and kiss for luck, and we're on our way. It's only just begun. It's only just begun. But there might be some kind of fear of telling people, okay? Because this is like parts of the mind that needs to be stripped back through the conditioning of where you wake up through the matrix. So you might be getting synchronicities of numbers, but I'm still picking up that someone could have a soul urge or life path number 8 as well. Let's see, or they might, or you might have a family member that has a newborn, and they're there. It's like they're there. Someone's looking after children as well, or looking after you, or looking out for you. This person can't see, and this person is looking out for them, okay, because they're setting them free. But some of you might see someone as a teasing energy, where it's like, I don't know. You know, but I'm picking this up a lot to do with where it needs to be set free yet. Freedom. It's like I've got freedom, which means to me like going out. So that would be news as well. You could be looking into a news forecast or forecasting. A Chromecast. What? A casket? Oh, I had casket as well for some of you. A casket? Or a basket. Or there's a case, or there's a court case. Casket. Why am I hearing casket? Cast a shadow. Because there's not a shadow. It's like there are. For some of you, there may have been a shadow period of something. Or you're on your period. But... cast a shadow is also what I'm hearing, but it's like, have I got the all clear? Now for some of you, if that's not the all clear, that could be a family member or something that you're worried about, but that might also be where there all clear yet to go out with this person because I'm at home with someone else kind of feeling, and because this is like roommate, or like a rumor, like a rumor. Oh God, I had tumor. That's not everybody. Please do not freak out. But I am hearing those for some. That these are channeled spirit messages, guys. You know, please have a little bit of. I try to not get in contact with people's feelings because I have to. This is the mind, you see. The purge, the ego, it's being stripped back. The conditioning is being stripped. stripped. It's like you might be a strip. It's like, let's take them off. It's like, I'm going to strip. You know, strip tease is also what I'm hearing. A strip tease. Strip tease. Strip tease. A strip tease, because this person's taking their, like, it's like taking their time. It could be just the fact that it's taking its time, but it's kind of like a strip tease. It's kind of like, take them off. You know, but because these are like teasing energies. It's like, no, you give me it. It's like, you give me it. It's like, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. It's like, I just take, well, this is taking off. It's taking off. For some of you, this is new. If it's not and it's old, you're entrapped with something, right, that's been going on for a long time. If not, this is the teasing energy of like, I could take your clothes off. Some of you could be looking into clothes design or designing something. Designer. It's like, I'm a designer. Queens of the Stone Age, designer. Continue on this reading, please, for Leo. 15. Sorry, but my hands are really cold at the moment. But I'm feeling that it's like, sorry, my hands are really cold at the moment. It's like, no, it's warm. It's like, I'm feeling warm. It's like colder, warm, cold, warm, warm. And to the east, there is a fluctuation in energy that's coming through to, I'd say it seems to be turning some kind of weather forecast. Weather forecast. You might be looking at the weather forecast and saying, when is it all right for us to go out and say, well, it was raining, but now it's all right. Right? Forecast. It's like, okay, so you've got, yeah, some of this is a holiday that you're going on, or you're planning or booking. Booker. I'm hearing booker. Some of you, it could be children, right? But I'm picking this up as, you know, planning a date. This is the Fool. This is where you go on a journey. The Fool's journey. So it's journey. It's like, love walked in through my door. Now that was thunder. Thunder and lightning. It's like, oh, it's overcast. Something's overcast. I did pick that up, like overcast. It's like, some of you could be weather readers. Are you weather readers or weather friend, fair weather friend? You might be saying fair weather to a friend. It's like, that is Queens of the Stone Age, fair weather friend. So if you've got a friend, you might be saying, yeah, farewell. It's like, farewell. Or they might be saying farewell. It's like, farewell, all's fair, all fair's in love and war, or affair. Or there's an affair, or all fair in love and war, which is fair weather friend. So I'm relating that to a Queens of the Stone Age song, which is farewell, fairly well. Yeah, you're getting on fairly well. where the roommate or the friend is like, yeah, you're getting on fairly well. This is a brand new person. It's a new beginning. So it's from the dark comes the light, because this is Pisces, Virgo. Okay, to me, whether it's the awakening, the purge, after the day of release of the reckoning. After the 8th day, on the 7th day, 8th day of rest. 8th day, I'm also picking up rest, putting something to rest also. But I'm picking up, like, after the 7th day of rest, and the 8th day was the great purge, where the bugle was cried to say, there you go, you have an opportunity now to do as what you will with free will, and there's the free will card. The awakening, the reckoning, the dark hand light, where it's like, whoa, the energy is like so I feel like this is chicken tonight. It's like, but I'm picking up as still sticking with the song of farewell friend. Like you might have a fairly well. Like I'm picking up for some of you, it's like a friend, right? And it's like fair weather, farewell. Was why I'm picking up weather. It's like fair weather friend. It's like you probably have a friend where you're talking. Because this is talking, and you're like talking to your mates, and you're like, yeah, they're fairly well, or something. Or are they well? Are they well? Are they well off? Are they? Because this is off. It's like taking off, and they might be saying, listen, are they well off? How far is it going? It's like, how far do you want to go with the relationship? But I'm still getting the cross comparison of a roomie. It's like, because it's roomy. Cool, this is roomy. So you might be looking at a new destination of a hotel or something, because it's like a hotel, and you might be like, well, this is roomy. Is there enough room? There's just room for the two of us? And you're like, no, there's room. There's room. There's rumours also. What I'm hearing is like, no, not rumours, but oh dear, sorry, too many messages. Like roomy is what I'm picking up as well. Rumoroid I did hear as well. Rumoroid. but that's not everybody. But roomy, as if, is there enough room for three of us? Because, well, they're all family. Because this would be how many people's in it, which is loads, everybody, right? And it needs room to grow. And there is room to grow. Because this might be a discussion, like saying, is there room? Okay, because this is parts of the ego, okay, where it is broke free now, where the ego's been stripped back and it's now this a newfound freedom. And you might be talking to someone and saying, is there enough room? Room. Because this is like, just the two of us. The song, right? I'm not sure how that goes. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Do you want to go out or do you want to go abroad? Just the two of us is also what I'm picking up. Like, just the two of us? Just the two of us. How about if we do something together, just the two of us? And you're like, well, there's another person. Checking your purse also. Because this person's kind of like, bruv, I don't mind. It's like, I've got to leave the dog behind. Some of you is like, will you leave the dog behind? And it's like, oh, I don't want to leave my dog. That's what I'm picking up on skipping. But I'm hearing it's like, I don't want to leave my dog. And it's like, listen, will you go out? As I'm just going to bite your hand off. Someone's going to bite your hand off with an offer. It's like, fuck it, I'm taking that offer. It's like, you want to take that offer? They're loaded. It's like, they're free to do what they want to do. Be what they want to be. There's a pun for you, right? But there might be a joker or a fool, but someone's like got something nipping at their hand as if to say, listen, I'd bite their hand off for this opportunity. It's like, I'd buy that for $1. So you might be looking into buying something or a new property or a new value or moving in together, but this would be also moving into the relationship because it's moving. It's moved. Well, they've moved. They've moved. Really? Or moving. Richard Pryor's moving also. This dog, I keep looking at this dog, it's kind of like, bruv, won't you go out? It's just like, if you don't go out, I'm going to bite your hand off. That's what I'm picking up. I'm going to bite your hand off with this offer. It's like someone might try to bite you or bite you. It's like they're tempted to bite you. It's kind of like, I'm going to bite you. This is like a hickey is what I'm also picking. It's like, he's looking at her neck as if to say, cool, you're tasty. You're half tasty, you're half tidy. Or trying to tidy the house up. Or tidy, or someone's trying to tidy something. Because this is neat and unneat, and this is tidy. It's like neat and tidy. Neat, tiny, tidy, tiny, tidy, tidy. Or, oh God, what's the Pippi Longstocking, but tiny, I forget what that was now. Heidi. It's like, Heidi, Heidi, hi, hody, hody, ho, bop, 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 to the comedy bop. Some of you could be called Heidi, or it's half tidy, or you're trying to tidy up for this new beginning. You're like, listen, I've got to become clean, I've got to look after myself, I've got to check myself, I've got to check, and everything's like now clean. It's all like the weather's good, it's like we can go out. But I'm also picking up like holiday campers, like camper vans or camping, or going out camping, or going travelling together. Now that can be anywhere, but someone's got an idea of like, yeah, how about if we do this and we do that? You know, travelling. I don't always pick up on like everyone's like, yeah, but that could be for somewhere it is travelling, literally abroad, or it could literally just be going out, right? Until the 31st. I was going to say, I said before, like my hands are cold. This person might be saying, my hands are cold. It's like, no, they're warm. It's like, well, you're getting warmer. I know where you want to go. I know what you want to do. You're getting warmer. It seems to be getting warmer. It's like things seem to be heating up. Warmer. Oh, they're heated up. So this could be some kind of... Now, this is either an argument over a house that you might have, but this would be... Oh, I am also picking up of like radioactive, like something's active, because this can be like a flare where it's, now this is either someone's aggression or non-aggression where they flare up, But this can mean anybody of society. This doesn't have to mean your love partner, because this is a new, brand new start and a new beginning, where the sun here, it directs its rays to you and it burns through to make things fresh. Okay, fresh and new, because you've got fresh and new. This is a whole new beginning. It's aligning. You might be experiencing awakenings, literally. This can just mean where it's like my conditioning is different now. I see things differently now. I see things, because this is clear. It's like the all clear. So if there was any worry, this is the all clear. Okay, the all clear. Because this is dark and light, this is dark and light, but this is clearing things up. So you might be clearing things up with family dynamic, but this is where you're going to see things completely and utterly different. Because I am picking this up as an awakening, because both of these to me are an awakening. Because like I said, 7, 8, awakening, reckoning, the wrecking ball, wrecking it. Like, it's kind of like fear of wrecking it. It's kind of like, I don't want to wreck it. Rock the cash bar. Someone's like into rock the cash bar. It could be from London town, but rock the cash bar, as in I want to take you out to a bar and a restaurant. Or some of you, this is where if it's to do with home or family or work, there might be where you're distracted, because this is distracting. So some things like acting. Some of you could be into acting, right? Or this person acts or is axed. Or you might get, oh sorry, but I heard some of you might get fired. Oh, I don't like to give people that. Fired, because this is being fired. It's like fire, right? So you might even, this could even be something as simple as a fire drill, right? Because this is the holding cell. This is where things begin. If this is relationship of old, it's gone. It's gone. It's like it's gone. Because this is new. But I'm picking up like fire drill, because both of these are like fire. I am the Lord of Hellfire, and I bring you. Some of you is this radioactive stuff, right? Because this is like a flare up. It can be a flare of anything, like skin, a tear in the time-space continuum. It's like tearing things away. Someone could be, this way you could be very emotional at the moment because you've lost somebody. Okay, that can be anybody. But this can be where you're losing, like, because this is like winning and losing. To do with family, but work, but family is what I'm picking up. This is like losing. I'm just fighting a losing battle. It's like Steve, I'm just fighting a losing battle with this person. They're more concentrated on their family than what they are me. For some people, or it's kind of like, or work, or it might be for some of you. There's a feud. Food. You might be allergic to food or something. Is also what I'm hearing. But for some of you, this is just an awakening. You're waking up now. It's kind of like, wake up, it's time to go. It's like, really? We're going abroad? Oh my word, we're going away? I've got everything to do at home. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Right, we've got to clear up. Because that's going to relate to a lot of you. Sun is always new, right? But it's also old. So not all of you are still going to always connect with old people. A lot of people come for singles, couples and all that. So you can relate this to anybody. But the sun to me is always new, right? But some of you are going through a process with someone that could be very dramatic. Because this can be very dramatic. This can be where you're afraid to tell people, or because they think that they might shout or scream or something, okay, that they cause a lot of drama in your life. So this is be like where you're having to take caution with something, like caution. Some of you might get a caution at work, or a caution, cushion, a soft pillow to land on. Someone like that might like cushions. I'm picking up, but this person's like just about to fall, and this person's landed. It's kind of like someone might come and visit you from abroad, and you're like, oh my God, they've just landed. or something's just landed, or I've just landed a deal. I've just landed a deal. I've just landed this new person. I've just landed something. Something's just landed. Anyway, because the dog nipped at the heels, and it's kind of like, well, you go out. It's like, oh, skip me. And it's like, oh my God, I'm falling. And it's like, some of you might have dreams of falling, or you're fallen for someone, is also what I'm picking up. It's like, I'm fallen. I've fallen out with someone also. Fallen in. I've fallen out of love and fallen in love. It's like, oh my God, I fell out of love and now I fell in love. It's like there's love now. It's like, well, I fell out of love and then I fell into love. It's like I've also fell into like, what have I fell into, Steve? I've seemed to have fell into something. Fell. But I think I'm picking up as that as a fair weather friend, where you're saying goodbye to people in your life at the time now, where you are discovering a lot and you're kind of like fair weather friends. It's kind of like, fair weather friends, I've got more important things to do spiritually. Okay, I am here on a mission. And I have now woken up in front of the matrix, standing up in front of the crowd, where I can see things more clearly now. I can see the woods for the trees. I can see clearly now the rain. The rain is gone. The rain is gone. Lorraine is gone. Listen, Lorraine, have you gone? Lorraine's gone. Or Lorraine. Or Lorraine. Lorraine's gone. Where's Lorraine gone? Yeah, they're gone out. Right, quick, come over. I don't know. I've got no idea what just come over me. Lorraine's gone. Continue on this reading, please. 4. Because I'm picking up the song, I woke up in the morning wanting some breakfast. You might like Flora or something, or you might like your breakfast or something like that to do with butter. That was a butter advert. Wake up in the morning wanting some breakfast. It's like I wake up in the morning and I've just woke up and what's the first thing I see? It's like, you know, I think this is an awakening for a lot of people, where you're experiencing the journey. Because it's also like working 9 till 5. You know, Dolly Parton is here and you're working 9 till 5. Or they do like housework or something. Work. I'm picking up like it takes a lot of... Someone takes work. Someone takes work very seriously. Okay? Is what I'm picking up. Someone takes their work very seriously. Or they take things the wrong way for some people. Or that might be at work, where it's like taken very seriously. Or this matter is taken very seriously. And we're taking things serious now. Now, some of you that's like taking it serious now. This is serious now, you know, as a relationship, or it's like serious is what I'm picking up. Siri, don't be silly. Don't be silly. It's like, don't be silly. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to abandon you. Don't be silly. Because this can be cross comparison of loads of different things, where it's like, don't be silly, I'm not going to abandon you. You're like, you're not going to fall. Someone's falling for someone as well. But I'm picking up different energies as where, listen, I'm not going to abandon you because I'm not going to drop you, right? It's like, listen, I won't drop you. Don't drop. Someone's dropped a baby as well, maybe. Be careful you don't drop a baby. Or someone did drop a baby and they've like just given birth to something. Is also what I'm hearing. Drop. But I'm also fearing that someone might be feared that they're going to be abandoned, whoever that is, but there is no abandonment. That's coming down to Doreen as well, where there's like abandonment issues maybe, where someone might fear being abandoned. Whoever that is, that would appear in your life as whoever, right? But you might have fears of falling for someone, or you have fallen for someone. And this is like, oh my God, I've just woke up to this thing. But if you're in anybody's field of dynamics where you get engaged, it might be an engagement is also what I'm hearing. Engage, because that's engaging into. If you engage with someone that causes a lot of conflict and you argue, you need a positive energy, okay, which is so it's either positive or negative, right? Always positive or negative. But definitely through this being my life path number, you end up finding a lot finding out about it. Someone might be finding out about it, that you might fear something as well. But this can be like an engaging in the energy that's dynamic. If it's dynamic, then it's kind of like, this is the awakening, right? Where it's drama. But whatever that is, that would be someone that you really have arguments with. But I'm not picking it up for a lot of people. I think this is fear of like engagement, or that there might be an engagement for some of you, or it's engaging. It's engaging is also what I'm hearing. An engagement, or you might be fearing an engagement, or you might be fearing telling someone something as well, because this is having to tell someone something. So whatever that is, it's like I'm having fear and I'm having really good days and bad days, but that might be because there's fear, because both of these are parts of stripping back the ego of the purge. It's purging. And it's merging as well, like businesses are merging, or your relationship is merging together. But for some of you, if they're friends or other families, it's like merging and then also disappearing into the fade of the conditioning of like separation. Okay, so this is learning to open up for a lot of you, because the Tower is stripping back the conditioning of someone that has to open up. Okay, open up. This is opening up the floodgates. Opening up the floodgates where there will be, I mean, because this can be, okay, where someone's not interested, right? But within this deck, this person is looking closely at studying, because they still class themselves as someone that's learning, because 3 is the master teacher. And it goes to 4. 4 is where you start to use the elements quite well, because you start parts of the magician, which is that it's a new beginning. So it means like temperamental of learning to open up, because this person's learning to open up through this deck because they work. This is also like a work dynamic of someone that might be at work that annoys you at work, where it's kind of like you're like not accepting an offer from work and you're like, no, I'm not interested in the person from work. I'm more interested in these 3 of Cups here, of whoever that is that you're interested in. Okay, but this would be a family dynamic, a work dynamic, in the fact that 1, it's also learning to open you up, but 2, you might have someone that offers you, but you're like, no, that's not the person I want to be with. I want to be with the 3 of Cups, which is the person that's teaching me, learning, teaching, because it's still 4. It's the elements are being guided through ascension of your feelings and emotions, where you might get very emotional, because these are emotions that are being tipped away. So it's like the purge again. You see the elements start from 8 here, you purge out, new beginning, you disappear into the fade, and you wake up into a 4, where you wake up into oblivion, where you're like, oh my God, and you get very over emotional. Now that can be the fact that someone's in a relationship. Now whoever that is for you, I've got no idea, but you know, that's the emotions that's being purged out through the subconscious memory. Someone doesn't actually sit there and tip out a cup, or you might be cheers or something, or like I did hear another song, cheers darling, but anyway, let's go on with the show. But it's where the emotions from the subconscious memory are released, and they need filling in the right manner of positive vibrations. This is the stuff that I teach over on Tier 2 for a lot of you, and a lot of people have had so much success with those videos that I put out. But I'm not trying to sell. Yes, I am. Buy it. But this is the great release and purge, where you're going to purge out all these emotions, and you might get very emotional, or you might start feeling things, and because this is not wanting to accept someone that's in denial, okay? So it's learning for, okay? But that depends. That's whoever that you have a dynamic with. Whoever that is, people say, that's your love life. It don't have to be. No, it don't. These can be individual cards because they're read for loads of people watching it. So it doesn't even have to relate. But 7 will be everybody in your environment, in the world. Everybody, 7. 7 chakras. You know, it aligns you here. It aligns, okay? Aligns. It opens you up. When you're more grounded, it releases things. Here, the purge, everything. Becoming grounded, stable, the sun. So Doreen again is entered the building where she's healing family issues. It's healing things up. It's clearing things up. Clearing up the past, mucking things out. It's like mucking out all the... anything detoxing is also what I'm picking up. If you're detoxing in any way, you're detoxing and forgetting whatever it was in your life that was emotional. You're forgetting it. It's kind of like, forget it. I'm not interested in it anymore. I've got something brighter, a brighter future ahead of me to look forward to now. You see? So that's whatever. The great purge, the great release. Wow, and there you go. There you go. The opportunity, I just heard of a lifetime, because this is life or death situation. Is what I'm hearing. I don't know why. But, so, for some of you, if you're ill, and you are ill, and you've been ill for a long while, this could be something that is of a life or death situation, okay? That's only if you know that, okay? A life or death situation. Because this is, I'm still looking and connecting with this as like life or death situation because of holding on and not wanting to fall, okay? So, for some of you, it's kind of like a live... I hate giving people these messages. You would only know that if that's true. But like a life or death situation. But that would be if that's terminally ill. Okay, terminally ill. What else am I seeing? But if we go down the natural... I mean, this is an opportunity where this is like become a chameleon. This is a phallic card. It's like growing in the ascension. It's growing. It's like once bitten, twice shy. Okay, and once bitten, it's like, oh, I was once bitten before. I'm no shy. I'm not shy. Someone could be shy. Shy. Because this person could be shy because they're not opening up. You see, shy needs to open up. Shy. Or conscious. Because this is like conscious or unconscious. Is also what I'm hearing. It's like conscious, unconscious, conscious, unconscious. Or being knocked unconscious is also what I'm hearing. That's not for everybody. I don't want to, you know, these are not future predictions, but this could be the awakening process. Conscious, self-conscious, self-conscious. Someone could be self-conscious or self-righteous, or someone's self-righteous. Rights, looking at my rights, reading my rights, or readings, something to do with readings. Terms and conditions to an agreement to do with a project or home. Terms and conditions, these are all conditions, and there's terms and there's conditions. So you might be looking at that to do with work or families where you're setting boundaries of terms, coming to terms with something. Thank you. Coming to terms with something. Like, that might be where you know the past's over and the news began. This might be, because I'm thinking, like, this is spreading, and it's like spreading the news, because it's like fear, but it's good. The Tower is always good, because it brings in the new, and it purges out the old. So there might be, like, fear of spreading the news, or the news is being, because it's now, like, being open, because someone's now, like, purging out the past and releasing it and letting it go. So it might be something to do with, like, fearing spreading the news or something about someone or something. Okay, that's your reading, Leah. Oh my god, 45 minutes. So we're going to go on to the rest of your reading and clarify everything to give me a real bigger picture of what all this is. Sometimes I do separate these cards to tell you a bit like this, but we look a lot deeper into it to see what these are really about, these dynamics. And this can sometimes, where I can separate it for you to tell you that it's you or them, or it's all of the above, and also add work, career, family dynamics, everything that's going on, old or new. Okay, we do look into all that, and these are now still only just over on Patreon. Okay, guys, the links are below if you would like that. Please make sure that you check out the recommended readers, Organic Gem and Nadia Shy. Nadia is an astrologer, and Organic Gem Tarot. They are over on the Seven Experience. They are over on the discussion page that I'm now looking at on my computer. So please go over there. Please make sure that you also leave someone, and please pay it forward and go over there and say that I said, hi, how you doing? Hello. Hello, Dippy. Hello, Banger. Oh, I don't know, George. Right. But something like that. So if you would like a personal reading, the links and everything is below also, guys, and I will hopefully catch you over on Patreon. Thank you all so much for your kind words and support. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get my name out there to try and get some new views and some comments, and get a shout out myself, honestly, if I'm honest, because I need to try and build up things and try to get these messages out to people as well. So that's why I'm also asking for your help. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll hopefully catch you again soon on the other side. All right, guys, thank you. Peace.